And we've got a problem in the pits. As Scott Brayton, you heard a squeal of brakes. It sounded like he got around. The onboard camera shows him there as he tries to get moved. They have to get some tires out of the way.
And a huge amount of time lost here. He lost it under braking, it seems, on the way into his pit. Here it is again. Now he's following traffic in. Remember, this is still part of the racetrack in a way, so you gotta not, you don't want to lose too much time. Locks the brakes right here. That's it. It's all lost. Does a 180. Look how much he missed the crewman on Matsushita's carbide.
Michael Andretti picked the pace up plenty early as he came sweeping down the hill, and the pace car came off the course, and they are going back to the green flag, with the Penske team fighting between itself for second and third place. Fittipaldi second, Tracy third. Mario Andretti, now Bobby Rahal comes down the hill as John Andretti makes a move inside of Eddie Cheever, and John Andretti gets Cheever. That's Al Unser Jr. lined up just behind him. So on that start, John Andretti got a great roll on Cheever, and in doing so got past.
He did get past, taking advantage again of a brave move when you're not on warm tires up to full operative temperature. It's a brave move and a risky move, and he did manage to pull it off. But now Tracy is back in the hunt here for this race. Remember, they're all on fresh tires. The cars are very good for at least 5 or 6 laps.
And Tracy, of course, when he made his stop under that caution, is back in sequence with the rest of the field. So they have all completed, in essence, their first stop of the day. And Paul Tracy managed it under the full course caution, as did everyone else. One name missing here today is Rick Mears. He's watching from the edge of the track in the pit area, still nursing that right wrist as a result of his crash at Indianapolis. Gary Gerald's right there.
Rick, you've been a many-time IndyCar champion. You know the emotions that the title contenders are going through right now. What's in the mind of a Bobby Rahal and a Michael Andretti at this stage?
Well, it's definitely a lot of pressure right now, and it's a little agonizing. But you really, at this point, I think you have to wait and see how the race is going to unfold. It's still unfolding at this point, and you still have to wait, see what your car's like, think about some changes you can make to make the car better to have your best shot at the end, which is where you need it. So right now, it's a little bit of a cat and mouse game. See what the other guys are doing and try to figure out your best plan.
Emerson's in trouble, big trouble.
Emerson Fittipaldi was running in second place, climbing the hill on the pit straight. He suddenly began to slow. He moves to the side and begins to fall down through the order. And of course, what that means is there goes Rahal past, and he moves up in the order.
And the key word again, let the race unfold. That's what's happening here. Emerson has now made it one position easier for Rahal, because Rahal is now back in that necessary 4th place. So Michael continues to control the event here. He's very, very good under pressure, not prone to making mistakes at all when he leads races. So now it's up to Tracy to try and claw his way back up to him. However, at the moment, he's a long way behind, over 3 seconds.
If you're concerned about your thinning hair, call Hair Club for Men and receive our free brochure. Learn how Hair Club's non-surgical polyfuse method gives you the freedom you've always wanted. Your new hair will look and feel like a part of you.
I did not ask to lose my hair, and for a long period of time I thought that I would have no choice. And with Hair Club, I do have that choice. I like that.
No matter what sport or activity you enjoy, you'll feel secure and confident with your new hair.
I was uncomfortable when I didn't have hair. Now that I have a full head of hair, people that haven't seen me in a while, they don't even know I had anything done. It's like totally natural to them.
Now I can walk down the street and not worry about the person standing right behind me or standing on, waiting at a traffic light, and the people are piling up behind me, and I think that everyone's looking down at the top of my head.
So call for our free brochure to view our various hairstyles and receive information about Hair Club's non-surgical polyfuse method.
And remember, I'm not only the Hair Club president, but I'm also a client.
On Sunday nights, where can I eye a ton of bears?
In your face!
ESPN Sunday Night NFL. Every week, it's where the best go face-to-face.
In your face. In your face. In your face.
When the moon comes out, ESPN is in your face.
ESPN Sunday Night NFL.
The Bengals face the Bears November 8th at 8 Eastern.
We look look at the interval leaderboard. Michael Andretti has remained about 3.6 seconds ahead of Paul Tracy for the past several laps. There is no contest currently at the front, despite the fact that Mario Andretti and Bobby Rahal are running that close together. It seems that Bobby seems content with 4th place, which is the position he needs to leave this race with the champion's crown. Now let's take a look at what happened just a few seconds ago. Keep an eye on 47, Brian Till.
Jimmy Vasser tries to slide down the inside of Christian Danner under braking, and watch what happens. Again, he locks the rear brakes. Right here, rear brakes lock up, gets it sideways, now it's lost. Look at Danner. He almost collects Danner on the way, but then Jimmy Vasser backs it off the curve.
Michael Andretti, by the way, just clinched the point, the single point given for leading the most laps in the race. As we went over the 43rd lap, we're now working lap 45. Let's go to Bobby Rahal's pit now and an update from Jan Beekes.
Well, Paul, we talk a lot about driver emotions. Think about pit crew emotions. When you're a driver, when you're sitting on the grid, you're getting more and more nervous. And then when the green flag waves, what happens, Paul, is then the nervousness goes. You're working so hard, you don't have a chance to be nervous. These guys here, you can see how they're getting into this race. What's happening? Of course, what we saw was that Rahal got by Mario. You could see the reaction while we were talking. What I'm getting at, Paul, is that their emotions go up and down and up and down. They get more and more nervous as the pit stops approach. Then after they do it, they take a big sigh of relief. Then they know their job is done, but now the tension is building towards the end.
Here they were as they climbed up across the start-finish line.
And what happened was, coming out of turn 11, that's where Rahal set Mario up. He got on the power underneath him and was able to draw alongside as he went under the starter stand. And then, of course, look at Mario here. Look, he has a little poke down the inside, and Rahal closes the door.
So Bobby Rahal moves forward. And here it is from his onboard camera as they come off the last corner and onto the pit straight.
Okay, Mario gets held up by traffic. That's what it is. And Rahal gets on the power earlier. And now the pass is already made. It's already over here. Mario slides down the inside. Oh, look at this. Eric Bachelor's car. Well, they'll need one of those My-Jack cranes to get that car out of there now.
Paul Tracy continues to work at the back of Michael Andretti and looking for an opening that he can to try and get any position that he might move past. Here's that pass moments ago between Bozell and Sullivan.
Heavy braking area, turn 1. Bozell tries to sneak down the inside. Look at this. Look what happens. Bozell actually makes the move, and then Sullivan chops back to the inside. It's hard to slow down when you get inside somebody, because remember, you're offline, and although you get the pass made, I can almost say it, you actually have to exit the corner at the same time, which is how Sullivan took it back.
Here is Bobby Rahal's team getting ready as a full course yellow comes out, and Carl Hogan directs his team, get those guys back out of the way. We're ready to go into the pits. Michael Andretti makes his turn down into the pits. So Michael Andretti stops the very first pit position. In front of him, Paul Tracy comes in as well.
And here's the hear-em-scare-em time. Can the crew of Michael keep him in the lead? And what can Penske's crew do?
Michael Andretti on lap 53. They're taking time with the stop. They want to get it perfectly correct. There comes the fuel connector out. The team pushes him away. 15.8 seconds. He gets out ahead of Paul Tracy. Maintains his position as they come up the hill, across the start-finish line, and back into the fight. But remember, it is under a full course caution because they have 2 cars that need help at the edge of the race course. And here comes Bobby Rahal in, Jan Beekes.
Paul, this is the final pit stop in 1992 for Rahal Hogan Racing. It all comes down to this. This could be the championship. They made a deal with Penske Racing and Emerson Fittipaldi to make sure he wasn't here. He's got a clear shot to get out of here. It's all down to the fuel. Oh, look out, there's 3 cars in the pit lane. Oh, almost Sullivan. Wow, this is incredible, Paul.
Danny Sullivan right there. Andretti right there. As here comes Bobby Rahal roaring out. He did not get into the side of anybody, and that's some pretty skillful driving on everybody's part.
And if you are faint of heart, do not get involved in even watching live what happens here sometimes. But John Andretti is in trouble here.
John Andretti, as they bring him back to the pits, I don't know if this is an overshoot and they brought him back, or if he stalled pulling away. Here is the situation. This was as Rahal was coming out. Watch John Andretti, the number 8 Pennzoil car down at the bottom.
Here comes Rahal. Mario just squeezes by. Sullivan gives him a bit of room, and Bozell slips in behind both of them.
And as he does that, apparently John had to chock the brakes, kill the engine, and they had to pull him back in. Another view, same situation.
There's Rahal, squeezes out. Sullivan sees him. And now look at John, has to jump on the brakes.
The fight continues in Laguna Seca, California. I'm Paul Page with Derek Daly, and look at Michael Andretti losing the back in there as Paul Tracy continues his pursuit at the front of the field. In the meantime, Bobby Rahal still has Eddie Cheever lined up behind him. No move made on Cheever's part in the last few laps. This is where the fight is right now, right at the front.
And Paul Tracy, we can see his last lap was actually faster. We can see that on our computer here.
Michael Andretti, he's done everything absolutely necessary. He's led every lap here, sat on the pole, taken the point for the most laps. But it's all in Rahal's hands now. For Michael Andretti to win a championship, Bobby Rahal is going to have to make a desperate mistake.
And how things can change during the year. Remember back to Indy, Michael, total dominance, came away with 0 points. And at Mid-Ohio, another race, total dominance.
Paul Tracy,
Jimmy Vasser.
He tapped Jimmy Vasser as they came off the last turn onto the pit straight. Vasser gets going again. Tracy got going right away. But that ended that battle in the front, and that's just the kind of thing that could affect this other battle. Because if those cars are sitting in front of them, if they roll to a stop on the course, then all of a sudden, Bobby Rahal could have been there.
Now we need to see, has Tracy damaged the front of his car? Oh, it doesn't look too bad. Oh, he's off the road again. Yes, he did damage the car.
Something's wrong there. Right front wing, look at it.
He's got an understeer situation. Tracy, his challenge to Michael is now over.
So in the closing laps of this race, Paul Tracy makes a mistake, and in doing so, takes the pressure off of Michael Andretti. But the battle remains for the championship. Will Bobby Rahal come home the victor? We'll be back to watch the final moments of the IndyCar season for 1992 right after this. Some damage with Jimmy Vasser in turn one. He finally got it to a stop on the backside of the course.
Now, Michael, this is turn 11. Michael slides by. Tracy hopes that Vasser gives him enough room. Now, watch what happens here. Vasser turns in. Tracy is there. Breaks that front wing. Tracy no longer has the downforce he needs on the front of the car. And that caused his accident.
Cost him as he came up the hill and ran off the course. So he will watch the end of a race that he may have won. At the front of the field, that leaves Michael, then Mario Andretti, and Bobby Rahal in third. In third place, there is no question, as there was in fourth, that Bobby Rahal can end this race as the IndyCar champion, his third IndyCar championship. The team, as they applaud each time he comes by, still is hoping, but still not sure that this race is over. The season has been so tight this entire year, and it's come down to these very final laps. They come onto the pit straight again. Watch the team. 2 laps to go. You saw Debbie Rahal hold up the fingers. The team, quick applause. Rahal flashes past, heads for the first turn. In third place, no one in challenge to Rahal now. The Andretti family looks like they're looking at a first and second finish, with Mario chasing his son to the flag. Down in the Andretti pits, they did everything they could possibly have done, but it was not enough. Gary Gerald is right there.
Well, normally, with a team running 1 and 2, it would be euphoric down here, but you don't get that sense in this pit today because they know that the championship is about to slide through their fingers. No opportunity to repeat. So what an irony. Michael and Mario going to go 1-2, it looks like, as we're in the final 2 laps, and yet there's no jubilation. The anticipation you normally expect, not here at this point in the Newman Haas pit.
Michael Andretti comes down the hill. Just in front of him, the 16 AMAX car, Stefan Johansson, who has wrapped up the Rookie of the Year honors and will be driving that car for the remainder of the season. Here car for the remainder of next year as well. He signed on with Tony Bettenhausen for next year. On to the pit straight one more time, completing the lap there underneath the bridge. Michael Andretti looking at a flag-to-flag win as the white flag comes out indicating 1 more lap to go, but still he must be so very careful. Johansson lets him pass. Bobby Rahal comes past and down into the first turn in third place and on his way to an IndyCar championship. To lose it now, something desperate would have to happen at that particular race car, dropping him well behind, and that is not likely.
Well, the only part of Michael Andretti's dream weekend that didn't fall into place was a lack of performance by Bobby Rahal. Otherwise, Michael has done everything possible, and I said it earlier on, and remember also Mid-Ohio, total dominance. how the whole season can come down to just one race, but really you have to look back on the full season to get the full picture of what happened in this championship.
On the last lap, no one in contest with Michael Andretti. He has passed Stefan Johansson. He has clear sailing for the 5th time in his IndyCar career. He is looking at a flag-to-flag win, a clean sweep. Down heading now for the final corner and the pit straight, and turning up toward Nick Fenaro's final checkered flag. Michael Andretti on the pit straight now. A perfect day as he takes the win for the Newman Haas team in the Kmart Texaco Haviland Lola. Now here comes the new champion as Bobby Rahal raises his fist in salute to his pits, and he takes the checkered flag as the champion for the IndyCars in 1992, his 3rd IndyCar championship.
Well, take your hat off and admire this group of people here. A new team, essentially a new team. Look at the jubilation with Carl Hogan. Comes back to IndyCar racing, and he will be in tears at the success that this team has had this season. Congratulations to him and to Bobby Rahal.
A lot of people will tell you that cocaine not only will get you high, but will take your performance to a different level.
JJ McCormick's not only going hardship, I'm going lottery. I'm JJ, man.
But in this game, the higher you go, the closer you get to the bottom.
What the hell's going on? You guys see JJ?
Police announced that they'd arrested JJ McCormick. Al Unser Jr. knows what it's like to win the Indianapolis 500 with 0.04 of a second to spare. Mark Martin knows if he lets someone cross his wake at 200 miles per hour, his car may be doing the lambada. And Joe Amato knows that at 296 miles per hour, he must pull his chute at precisely the right moment to keep from becoming an astronaut. Apparently, it is what you know.
Having trouble finding Speed Week for the month of October? Catch us every Wednesday at 11 o'clock Eastern. Speed Week, the motorsports coverage you deserve.
You've got the need for Speed Week.
Checkered Flag is brought to you by Budweiser, the king of beers with that clean, crisp, cold taste. Nothing beats a Bud. So Bobby Rahal has taken the IndyCar Championship, the PPG Cup, and the $1 million that goes along with it. Here's the final results of the race, with Michael Andretti winning a flag-to-flag victory, followed by his father. His cousin John finishes in 5th place as we look down through the entire order here of this race today. It has been a magnificent run, a proper cap to a wonderful season in the IndyCars. And Bobby Rahal takes the championship. Michael Andretti once again as a bridesmaid. But what a wonderful way to leave the IndyCars and head for Formula One. As we take a look now at the point standings at the end of the year, the only one that really matters is the 196 points for Bobby Rahal. 4 points ahead of Michael Andretti. So Bobby Rahal is the champion. Michael Andretti is the winner. We'll talk now with the champion for the IndyCars for 1992.
Bobby Rahal, another championship right now goes into your pocket. What are the thoughts? What are the emotions?
Well, all I can say is it must be destiny because, you know, the car was good enough but not great today, and it was just enough to be in the top 3 or 4. And you know, it's just a testament to my crew. They did a wonderful, wonderful job all year long. And I'll tell you, in your first year of having your own team, you win the championship. You know, I can't imagine what could be greater.
Congratulations to Michael Andretti on his victory and to Bobby Rahal on his 3rd IndyCar championship. I'm Paul Page for Derek Daly, Jan Beekes, and Gary Gerald. It's been a great season in the IndyCars. It'll be even better next year. So long for Checkered Flag.